Okay guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Galing na mismo ito sa CBSA. A couple of days ago, the CBSA posted on its Facebook page a statement kung saan dinidiscuss nito kung sino ang priority ng ahensya when it comes to enforcing removal orders, deportation orders. And as expected, dahil ito na nga ang lagi nating sinasabi in recent episodes, walang mention na priority ng CBSA ang pagpapaalis o pag-e-exit ng mga residente na out of status o yung mga overstaying. Yung simpleng out of status na walang criminal offense. Okay? It is clear, ang sabi talaga ng CBSA doon sa Facebook post, ano ba yan? Nabubulol ako. Priority is removing foreign nationals who pose a serious threat. Meron pong binanggit kung sino itong mga nagpo-pose ng serious threat. And again, wala po dong nababanggit na mga overstaying or out of status. Kaya naman, hindi na ako nagulat nung tinignan ko yung comment section. By the way, ang daming comments sa post na ito. Kino-compare ko dun sa ilang mga other FB posts ng CBSA tungkol sa mga na-seize, na mga illegal drugs, firearms, other related issues nila. Parang hindi umaabot ng 100 yung mga comments madalas. In this specific topic, parang kulang 300 yung comments, more than 200. So, makikita nyo rin doon yung interest ng Canadians tungkol sa issue na ito. And I'm not surprised because I saw some people in the comment section pointing out the question, paano yung mga may expired visas na laging pinag-uusapan ngayon? Okay? Paano sila? You're not talking about them. As I stressed in recent episodes, yan talaga ang big question ngayon. I got some of these comments. Pumili ako ng ilan to share with you guys. Before that, tingnan nyo tong report na ito. Sabi ko sa inyo, hindi rin natatapos yung ganitong reporting, yung ganitong anggulo. This is from CBC News, just from yesterday, January 13, 2026. Sabi dito, 2.1 million temporary residents will have expired or expiring permits this year. But will they leave Canada? Okay. Sabi dito, experts say it's a false assumption that people with expiring permits will return home. Yan yung dinidiin natin, dahil nga sinasabi ng mga opisyal dito noon, we just expect them to voluntarily leave. Come on, it's not that simple, di ba? Ang case study nga nila dito sa, taga Windsor, taga dito sa amin. Mag-expire na raw ang kanyang permit mid-March at mukhang wala siyang nakikitang paraan to extend his stay, 6 years na nandito sa Windsor. Tingnan natin yung sinasabing paliwanag ng mga experts na naniniwalang hindi ganun-ganun lang na aalis itong mga sinasabing aalis. Tingnan nyo naman kung sino ang kanilang expert na keynote dito, ang ating kaibigan, ang ating suking abogado na si Lou, Attorney Lou, diba? Lou Danzalan, a Toronto-based immigration lawyer, said IRCC is working on the assumption that people with expiring permits will return home. And it assumes too much of a good faith behavior from everyone, that everyone's going to simply follow the rules as it is. Okay? Sabi ko nga, siguro para sa mga Pinoy, oo. Karamihan sa atin talagang pag ma-out of status, takot magstay dito, ayaw maging undocumented ng karamihan. Hindi ba? Uuwi. Lalo na if may pondo naman sila pambili ng ticket, uwi. Di ba? Anyway, sabi ni attorney ko, ito yung picture niya. Di ba? Hi, Attorney Lou. Sabi niya, for the longest time, Canada was advertised as a place to get your PR easily. Noon yun noon. Now, many who had sold all their assets back home, took out shark loans, or incurred huge debts, may go undocumented. I agree, kung meron mang likely nasusuga sa pagiging undocumented dito, yun yung mga tipong wala nang babalikan sa kanilang pinanggalingang bansa. I'm not talking about just the Philippines, no? We have read many reports a long time ago, lalo na no, sa bansang India, dahil nga parang ginawang negosyo talaga ng mga consultant doon. Ang pagbebenta ng Canadian Dream, meron silang mga parang step by step na binibenta doon na pag sundin mo ito, pumunta ka doon, temporary resident, as student, ganito, ganyan, in ganitong amount of time, period of time, mapi-PR ka na. Ganon katindi yung kanilang pagbenta doon ng Canadian Dream. So many of those people were duped into believing that, sold everything they owned, went to Canada, and now, hindi pala totoo yun. Hindi pala ganun kadali ang natuklasan nila. May sinasabi, di ba, more than 2 million daw yung dapat ng umalis at aalis this year. Madali bang insure ang exit ng mga ito? Sabi ni Attorney Liu, I don't think so. From an administrative perspective, it is just impossible. This is going to be a very painful process. Lalo na, sabi niya, no, the government has limited resources for enforcement. May natatanong yata sa comment section ko a few days ago, no, ano na daw nangyari dun sa 1,000 extra personnel na i-hire ng CBSA for enforcement? Guys, it would appear in tranches, in batches pala i-hire yung mga tao na yan. And I don't think they have even started. Parang yung 1,000 na yan spread out in 4 years. O, diba? So parang talagang bitin, ano? May isa pang in-interview itong CBC News. Ayan. O, isa pang immigration consultant naman in Windsor. Aba, okay. Amanjit Verma. Okay. The number of people wanting PR has exponentially increased. Ang problema, sabi niya, the math isn't mathing right now. The numbers do not add up. Okay, kasi nga napakaraming nagko-compete for the available slots for PR. So, ano ang inevitable resulta niyan? Hindi lahat makakakuha ng slot. Ano gagawin nila dito? O ngayon, puntahan na natin itong Facebook post ng CBSA. Dami kong daldal no? O ayan, CBSA posted January 12, 2026. O sabi dito, CBSA prioritizes removing foreign nationals who pose a serious threat to Canada. Sino ito? Those involved in national security, serious crimes, organized crime, or international or human rights violations. Hindi naman tayo sa hindi sang-ayon dito. Dapat lang, syempre nga naman, i-prioritize nila yung may mga criminal record. But I think it should be done at the same time, diba? Prioritizing yung another big situation that Canada is putting itself in with its recent tightening of immigration policy. Yung issue ng growing or expected surge in undocumented residents. Paano naman yun? O, puntahan natin yung link na nakalagay dito. Sabi, more on this. Sige, click natin yan. Ito, mapupunta tayo dito sa official page na ito. Enforcing removals from Canada. Puntahan ulit natin. Priorities for removals. Still, no mention on overstaying out-of-status people. CBSA prioritizes the removal of foreign nationals who pose a serious threat to individuals or society for reasons including national security, serious criminal offenses, and involvement in organized crime, international or human rights violations. It's the same. Siguro kung may list of priority na 1 to 10 yung overstaying, no? Parang ini-imagine ko nandito sa may 9 or 10, no? Kung pupuntahan natin yung immigration statistics, yung removal statistics, eto po yan. Talagang makikita nyo rin doon na wala namang sa table ang category na mga overstaying. If meron man, I would say napakaliit na number dito sa pinagmamalaki po na lang about 18,000 or so na record high na rate of deportation na ginagawa nila, no? O, tignan nyo ito. Enforced removals covering up to the fourth quarter of 2025. Yung reasons for inadmissibility. Oh. Talagang totoo naman yung sinasabi nila. Oh, kasama dito yung mga, ayan, yung reasons, no? Oh, criminality, transborder criminality, organized crime. Ang may pinakamarami po, yung refugee claimants. Itong row na ito. Ayan o. Okay. Out of the more than 18,000, ang mga enforced removals na nanggagaling sa mga failed refugee claimants, again, out of the 18,000 plus, ay mga 15,605 doon ay refugee claimants. So imagine niyo dun sa category ng mga kriminal, ano lang siya? Parang more than 1,000 lang, oh. More than 1,000 lang. Kasi yung 2,000 dito, non-compliance eh. Hindi naman crime offense per se. Diba? Itong non-compliance, I'm not sure. I was trying to find a clear explanation kung ano itong non-compliance ng mga non-claimants. Feeling ko baka meron dyang mga out of status. Oo, pero tignan nyo more than 2,000 plus. It's so small. Considering the large number, the more than 2 million na sinasabing figure. Diba? Ito na, ang interesting part, yung comment section. I just picked out some. Okay. Ay, mali ako. Ito, yan. So again, comment section po yan dito sa CBSA post na ito. Tatanggalin ko na nga muna, no? I browsed through it earlier and picked out some na I think would be interesting for us to talk about. Siyempre, marami doon, good job, CBSA. Pagpatuloy nyo lang yan, parang more. Ganyan, no? Definitely, wala akong nakita doon na negative, na parang ayaw yung ginagawa ng CBSA na ito. Okay? So, ito muna tayo. Tingnan nyo yung isang comment. And the 5 million visa abusers this liberal government snuck into the country while Canadians were preoccupied recovering from the pandemic? I assume he is referring to the non-criminals. Kasama, feeling ko dito yung tinutukan niyang mag-out of status. Sabi niya, we just pretend that they don't exist and that never happened. Sabi pa niya, we need ICE. Next one. Sabi dito, yung tinutukoy ninyo, yung may mga active crime. But this is not discussing the ones with denials on their permits and are in Canada illegally. Permit has expired or received a denial, order to leave, but they haven't. I think there's close to more than 1 million of those, sabi niya. At 19,000 criminal removal, at 19,000 removals a year and more each year, we are in trouble. And IRCC and CBSA need to find more efficient ways to deport in mass numbers so IRCC and CBSA can get back to doing their regular work. Oh, diba? Another one. Teka, tanggalin ko nga itong title na to. Sabi niya, what about those who are working illegally without permit? Are they priority or not? If there were a few, okay lang. But thousands of them are an actual problem. Why CBSA allow thousands of illegal workers despite being reported through CBSA website? Doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. Sabi ko sa inyo guys, hinahanap nila yung pag-prioritize sa mga, ito nga pinag-uusapan na ma-out of status. O ngayon, pumunta naman tayo sa ilang mga, kumbaga, clearly not satisfied with the current deportation efforts. Kumbaga, naliliitan pa rin sila sa bilang. No? Sabi, remove the 5 million people whose visas are up. Oh, gee, that only leaves 49 million. O, mga sarcastic na rin, ano. Sabi, just said they're removed. They're still here. It's all lies. O, hindi naniniwala. Ito, yeah, you got another couple 100,000 to go. Wouldn't doubt if it's in the millions, honestly, at the rate our government let people in. Okay. 19,000 is a good start. Lock the door and do the same amount every year for 20 years. Grabe. Okay. Multiply those numbers by a couple of thousand. That would be better. They are all hiding in Brampton, Mississauga, Surrey, BC. Ayan, tinuturo na kung saan daw dapat tumingin ng CBSA. I open my door, walk down the street, and see many you missed. Is there a number I can call? O, diba? I won't be surprised. I mean, I'm pretty sure dumadami ngayon ng mga tips na binibigay sa CBSA. But I can't help minsan but think, what if magbigay ng reward itong CBSA? No? Naku po! Sure ako, titriple pa ang mga tips na yan. Okay. And, oh yan, huli na lang to. Sabi, come to Brampton and cast your net. Lots of big fish here. Okay. You guys can go to the Facebook page of CBSA and see for yourself itong post na pinag-uusapan ko. Na kung gusto nyo, mag-comment din kayo doon. Or if not, dito na lang kayo sa ating channel mag-comment. We will end this episode here. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye!